For the last 2 years with David Gilliland Racing, Hailie Deegan has driven the #1 truck in the NASCAR Truck Series. It's hard to ignore the irony, considering she's never come close to finishing in the top spot during any given race. This week, the 21-year-old announced that she's moving over to ThorSport Racing and driving the number 13. If you're a Deegan fan and superstitious, that could be concerning. However, everyone knows the door number doesn't win races, but the drivers, and more accurately, their teams do. That's why this week it was interesting to hear from a number of her fans, which number in the millions across the various social media platforms, suggesting that this move was good because it would put her in a top quality truck. That implies that she was in a bad one. That's a false statement. The numbers don't lie. Deegan competed in 23 races in 2022. She earned a pair of top 10 finishes and finished 21st in points. Her DGR teammate, 23-year-old Tanner Gray, who is in his third full-time season, scored 6 top 10 finishes, including a pair of top 5s to open the season. He finished 16th in points. Those numbers reveal she's not performing even average middle of the pack like Gray. But wait, there's more. The number 17 DGR truck, which featured a variety of different drivers, made its way to victory lane twice under the guidance of Todd Gilliland at Knoxville and Ryan Preece a week later at Nashville. So the argument that Deegan wasn't in race-winning equipment couldn't be further from the truth. Even more concerning for Deegan's fans is that her performance in year 2 was undeniably worse than in year 1. Besides her top 10s, which she earned one more in 22 than she did the year before, in every other statistical category, Deegan trended in the wrong direction. Her average starting position dropped from 18 to 20.0, her finishing position went from 20.9 to 22.1, and the ugliest stat of them all, she had 3 DNFs in 2021 compared to 7 in 2022. This week, with the announcement that Deegan had signed with ThorSport for 2023, Larry McReynolds talked about the driver's move during his on-track show on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio. The 2-time Daytona 500 winning crew chief didn't hold back and didn't sugarcoat what was on his mind.
And I say this with the utmost respect because it's beneficial. It's beneficial for everybody involved for Hailie Deegan to perform. I mean, she is a female. She's a minority in driving a NASCAR Camping World or what's now Craftsman Truck Series truck. It's so beneficial that she performs. But to me, this is a year where the rubber's going to meet the road. You know, she has basically 46 starts, Danielle. She made that one start in 2020 at Kansas, and, you know, she bounced out there. Never been in a truck before. Back in the era during COVID where you lined them up and you raced them. And she finished 16th. I felt like she overachieved because they actually ran her out of gas that day. But since then, she ran 22 races in 21, 23 races in 22, and has 3 top 10 finishes, a best finish of 6th at Talladega this past fall. She, and nobody knows this better than Hailie, she has got to step it up. Because I even go back to last year at David Gilliland Racing. That 17 truck was running up front, hands over fist, winning races. And to me, a third season, the rubber's meeting the road. You're going to have, I don't care how many YouTube followers you have or social media, that's all grand, that's all great. Gonna have to start performing on that thing called a racetrack.
McReynolds is called America's crew chief for a reason. He says what America is thinking. He's right in this case. The rubber does meet the road. It's time to put up or shut up. There are all kinds of metaphors for the situation. The bottom line is Deegan, who will also have the services of Ben Rhodes crew chief Rich Lucius, will have absolutely no excuses in 2023. She'll be running top equipment with an organization that will be winning races and likely contending for the championship. No one thinks Deegan will win a race. That would be a bonus. But she must finish up front more and prove to be competitive on a consistent basis. If she fails to do that, this time next year, she might have a lot of disappointed followers looking back on her career and thinking about what might have been.